Hi, I'm Bill Bradley. Join me for a recent excerpt of American Voices. But first, American Voices airs on Sunday mornings, so we're curious about how people spend their mornings. So we asked film producer Carolyn Pfeiffer, what do you do on Sunday mornings? Here's what she told us.
Hello, my name is Carolyn Pfeiffer, and this is how I spend my Sunday mornings. I'm a film producer, and one thing I do on Sunday morning is that I make a call to some retired members of the motion picture industry. It's a program called a daily call sheet, and we call them up. Volunteers call people up from our industry and just chat, just have a friendly chat. And so that chat can last usually I call two people about half an hour, sometimes 45 minutes. And these are people living on their own that aren't working anymore. And we have an organization called the Motion Picture and Television Funds. They run the Motion Picture Home, but they have a great servicing to members of the industry outside of the Motion Picture Home. And we call up and we just have morning chats with them. I believe they have at least 250 people that they're calling that volunteers. And so this past week, I spoke to both of them, both my actor and my former makeup lady. So just talking, that's the most important thing that I do on Sunday morning. My two live alone, and one is now in a retirement home outside of Los Angeles. But when I started talking to him, his wife had died not long before, and he was lonely. He was a retired actor, and he was in his early 90s. And my lady is in her 80s, and she is living at home, and she is on her own, and she has a dog. And, we just call up and chat, and we actually go through a hub. We don't call them directly, but it's a very, very beloved, I think, appreciated service that we do. Our talking to our own folks, and we can talk the same language. We can talk about things that people that aren't in the entertainment business wouldn't necessarily have the same points of reference on many things. You have life, of course, and politics and art, that kind of thing. But just the making of film and the process of making film is particular to people that work in that process. So I enjoy those calls, and I'm happy that I'm able to do them. And I'm not detached in any way, but I try not to allow it to pull me down, but to listen to someone who needs to just air their sadness or their grievances. Sometimes it can be a little repetitive, but that's part of it. And I'm sure I'm repetitive too. And I just try really hard to make this half-hour commitment to them, or 45 minutes, whatever it might be, a positive experience, to be interested in what they have to say, to be interested in what they think about everything, let it be their half hour. This is not me talking about me. This is me trying to get them to talk about themselves and life and how things are going. I am a firm believer that if you have, you give. And so I'm able to share this. I can't send them tens of thousands of dollars or make big donations in other ways, but I can give them my time. So Sunday is it's a day of relaxation. But I will say Sundays were the hardest day after my husband died. It took me a long time to get used to Sundays but my husband's been gone a long time, but Sundays was our day. And now that he's not with us anymore, I had to have it become my day. I'm 87. He's been gone for almost 40 years. I mean, I feel good about making their day better, making their Sunday better. I feel good about that.
That was film producer and author Carolyn Pfeiffer. Her recent book is called Chasing the Panther, Adventures and Misadventures of a Cinematic Life. Thank you for listening to American Voices here on my YouTube channel. For more interviews celebrating the goodness and creativity of the American people, click the subscribe button below.